Now with Prey, I have a love-hate relationship with this game. I love this game more than I hate it. Now, I enjoyed myself with Prey. What I did love about this game was the first 2 hours. In the first 2 hours, the pacing is fantastic. The story is great. The intrigue, the suspense is top-notch. The gameplay is absolutely phenomenal. But after that 2 hours, it just becomes downright frustrating and repetitive. And it lags behind with this. After the first 2 hours, it just becomes stale and repetitive and boring often. The enemies become repetitive, they become bullet sponges. After that first 2 hours, it's frustrating. Prey is a reimagining of the original Prey, which I think came out in 2006, 2007, with the original Prey having not many people playing it, but people who did play it enjoyed the hell out of it. What the original Prey had was great mechanics, great gameplay, a great story, great characters, and an awesome setting with awesome enemies. This tries to tell a different story with the same name title. But you gotta hand it to the original Prey here, because the original Prey is way better than this game. Now with Prey's story, you wake up in the shoes of Morgan Yu, a TranStar employee. Now what you do, you wake up, you go to work, you meet your brother at TranStar, and a great opening sequence where you fly over San Francisco and see the tiles just blending into the scenery. A great opening sequence. Go to your brother, go to TranStar, you do some small tests that you say are beneficial and are needed. So you do these tests which kind of seem odd to start off with, trying to move blocks in quick succession, trying to hide behind a chair, hide in a room with only a chair in the room, trying jumping over a wall, which kind of seems odd. But then it comes to quiz, you answer personality quiz. And as you're answering the personality quiz, once you finish that, something bad happens. And all of a sudden, you're back in your apartment in San Francisco. You feel something's off, you feel something's wrong, right, and with this picture. You get a call over your device saying, you need to get out of your apartment right now. So what you try to do is, try to get out of your apartment. You go out your door, but you can't get out. So what do? You find a wrench, you break the window, but only to find out it's all a simulation. Everything that happened over that first 20 minutes was a simulation. That's a great twist in the story. That's great pacing in the story. Now, the first enemy you counter is the Mimic. Mimics are great enemies to face. They're fast, they're quick, they're agile, they are elusive. If you come across two objects, one of them's definitely a Mimic. But the biggest twist of them all is that as soon as you keep progressing with the story, as you keep going down and down, up, as you keep walking through, you find out you're not in San Francisco. You're in a goddamn space station. And you just having all these things go through your character's head, like, why am I here? I'm supposed to be in San Francisco, not in here. But that's the first base of the first part of the story. What's happened is an alien organism known as the Typhoon have taken over the space station. They've taken over everything. They've killed nearly every single occupant on this space station, and you can't let them get back to Earth. That's basically the main story. Get off this space station, figure out how to destroy the Typhoon, and don't let them get to Earth. You can't let any organism, not one Mimic, can get to Earth. Also, you try to figure out who Morgan Yu really is, because you don't know anything. You don't remember anything that's happened on this space station, or how you got here, or why you're here, or what you do here to be exact. Everyone keeps saying that Morgan did this, Morgan does that, Morgan's this. But I don't know. I don't remember any of this. Your character doesn't remember any of this, and that's a great story. That's a great character, because you can change the character how he perceives on other people. Now, with the combat, I didn't like it. I'll be frank, I did not like the combat one bit. It's just slow and clunky. It's your basic Bethesda combat. They don't focus on it as much as they should, which they should. They really should focus on this. But they don't. Enemies move way too fast for you to get a read on the enemy, and you end up spraying your bullets or just hitting thin air. They just move too quick for you to pinpoint them. I mean, I know they're trying to do something to the enemy, make them feel fast, make them feel dangerous, but it's kind of stupid, really. You can't get a read on one single enemy. One enemy can always kill you in this game because you can't fucking kill them. That's another point. Ammo is scarce in this game. It is scarce, so conserve your ammo. For God's sakes, do not go spraying wildly like I did. You end up finding yourself holding a wrench for almost the whole entire game. And that's not very fun when most of the enemies are bullet sponges. They're bullet sponges. It's not very fun when you have most of the enemy in the game as bullet sponges. Phantoms, techno weaves, they are bullet sponges. It makes the game boring and frustrating when you have enemies that are bullet sponges and that can one hit kill you. They can almost one hit kill you. One enemy can kill you, not multiple, one. If you have multiple, you're fucked. You're fucked. If you have multiple enemies in one room, you are fucked because they will kill you. It's not very fun. Trust me. Now, as I said, ammo is scarce. Well, you can create ammo, but guess what? The minerals are scarce as well. The minerals to make the ammo are scarce as well. So, it's so much fun when you have a wrench throughout the whole entire game because you're just trying to find more minerals to make the ammo. So much fun. But when you get the ammo, you end up wasting it straight away because enemies are bullet sponges. I really did like the graphics in this game. The opening sequence in San Francisco looks top notch, looks spectacular. It looks beautiful with the sun glistening on the ocean, the buildings, the reflecting sun. It looks amazing. When you get on the space station, it looks even better. It gives you like an 80s, 60s feel, like a 60s or 80s feel when you walk around the space station. It feels almost creepy, like a horror setting or a thriller setting. Now there are choices in this game. Choices that can impact the ending. But there are three main choices towards the ending that will greatly impact the ending. But everything else will have a small effect on the ending. But you could say it's a major impact on the ending because it will decide what kind of person you are. You can save people or you can just let people die. That's your main objectives. Save people or let them die. They will reflect on what kind of person you want to be seen as. There are upgrades called neuromods which you can use to unlock abilities like carrying more weight, doing more damage with guns, getting more health, more stamina. But there are also Typhoon neuromods which allow you to get Typhoon powers like mimicry, psychic abilities, kinetic, also or physical Typhoon abilities which allow you to shoot sort of like electric sonic wave at enemies. Now that can be very handy. These Typhoon neuromods are very handy when it comes to some of the enemies. They will clear the way if you have no ammo. They almost saved the game for me. They almost did. So what I really think of Prey, I think Prey is a great sci-fi horror thriller game. Has little mixtures of other great games in this game as well. Has Bioshock in it, has System Shock, has Dead Space, has Alien Isolation in this game. All great sci-fi horror thriller games. But does this make Prey a great sci-fi horror thriller game? No, not really. I mean, yes, it is a great game to play. It is a great game to play. But it's downright frustrating towards the end. You would die a lot in this game because you just can't. You gotta think smart sometimes in this game. You gotta take the enemy. When you take on the enemy, you gotta be smarter. Not just go guns blazing because you'll waste on your ammo straight away. I mean, yes, that is a mechanic in this game. Avoid the enemies at all costs if you can. But killing all the enemies is going to affect the ending as well. Killing as many Typhoon as you can will affect the ending. So, my final score for Prey is a 7.5 out of 10. Now, why I did like Prey, it also frustrated the hell out of me. Sometimes I just threw my controller down like, I can't fucking beat this. This room is impossible to beat because you have one enemy that just shoots shit at you that you can't take down, and a goddamn bullet sponge, and you have no ammo. What are you supposed to do? That's right, you're supposed to do nothing. Avoid that enemy. But get past that. But past that enemy is a mission objective. It's sometimes frustrating, this game. I had to take sometimes a break just to think, how would I take on this objective? How would I beat this enemy so I can get to this mission objective? It frustrates you, but also you love it at the same time. That's what Prey does to you. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, maybe even subscribe. But until next time guys, I'm Kai Tander, and I'll catch you later.